Tommy's things.
Come on, man.
Tommy's things, man. Listen, that beat.
Hey,
That beat.
come on, man.
Come on, shout out to 2 times.
Yo.
Peace to JB. Hangman
2 times.
Yeah,
my
fucking
guy,
right.
Jess.
Yeah.
Y'all went crazy on that, man.
Yeah, no, that was, they came down here and did that here. And we smoked so much hash that day. I mean, we smoked so much fucking hash that day with the niggas, man. Like, yeah, like that was epic. They came right down there. We had the studio in Canton, and we killed that motherfucker, yeah, for real. And it was crazy because we didn't know where it was gonna be on, and then it made the Belly soundtrack, and they're the ones that named it. Yo, named it Tommy's theme. Yeah, man, we had some bangers, you know, RSO, and we had some classics, man. I'm proud of our catalog. And you can go to streaming right.
You got some shit with. What are you talking about?
Did this song with Killer and Freddie Fox.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bumpy Knuckles, legend. You know what I'm saying? A legend of the boom bap in New York, and a lot of niggas don't know that.
All right, man, we're here for another episode of Force to Win podcast. It's your boy, Nino. Here are my homegirl, Leticia J. And we got special guests in the building, Benzino.
Yo.
Man, how you doing, my brother? Yes, sir.
Good.
Finally got up on my guide, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely an honor.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean?
Overdue, for real.
Yes,
for real.
that's definitely long overdue, man. I just want to say, like, you know, it's important for guys like Benzino who broke through, being from New England, being from Mass, being from Boston, to come back to fuck with smaller platforms on the come up, you know what I'm saying? This is how we build the infrastructure around here in New England, you know what I mean? Niggas like Benzino,
No, I appreciate it.
anybody who, you know, doing their thing that busts through that door, coming from New England, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely important for y'all to come back and, like, you know, tap in with the platform that's doing their thing. So you got to commend Benzino for that. Once again, let me shake your hand, my
I
brother.
appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Nah, it's real shit though, because
I appreciate the acknowledgement, you know?
yeah.
I'm saying, you know, I mean, you know, Boston, you know, being next to New York, and New York as the big city, you know, Boston's always like the, it's like the little brother of New York, like
Yeah.
Kid Providence, you know, New England in general.
Yeah.
So, you know, we always had to fight harder to get what we want, to show the world, you know, what Boston's about. Because people got it, throughout all the years, and I've been doing it a long time, people got like a different perception of Boston. It's only because of what they see on TV. You watch a Celtics game, you really ain't seeing like the same things if you watch a Grizzlies game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you watch a Grizzlies game, you see it look like the hood is at the Grizzlies game.
Right.
You watch the Celtics game, it don't look like that. And when you outside of Massachusetts and you're watching that, that's your perception of Boston. Like a lot of people, you know, even me growing up and then doing shows out of town, a lot of people didn't even know that a hood existed in Boston. People wouldn't even know like niggas, you know, really got down, or niggas was in the streets, or none of that. You know, people didn't see that. They didn't see that on TV, or it wasn't no documentaries. Like Boston was kind of like kept quiet. Like a lot of, like I said, when you next to a big city, all the smaller cities next to it kind of, they don't get the exposure.
Mm-hmm.
And then we never really had a radio station, ever. Not no real radio station.
You mean urban? You mean?
Yeah, never. We really never did. I mean, 94.5 ain't no urban station. They play hip hop, but that shit is far from urban. It don't really represent the hoods of Boston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The people of Boston. Like, radio's important. You know, you go to Charlotte, Atlanta, Detroit. Sometimes it's 4, 5 radio stations.
Yeah.
Like urban radio stations, like, you know,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
watt radio stations, big advertisement. And that just makes the community pop.
Yeah.
Not just the radio, because radio's about community.
Yeah.
So we really never had that. You understand what I'm saying?
We've had smaller ones like the old 97.7 where that got shut down.
Right.
Right, with Jeff 2 times.
Well, those, you know, those are like, I call them pirate radio stations.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, Miami was like the first to do that back in the day, like in the 90s. They get an antenna, put it up, and just rock out. I'm talking real, like what 94.5 is, that should be an urban station that represents urban. You know what I'm saying? It's
You're
not.
talking about a big station that reaches a certain type of radius.
That has big
Yeah,
wattage.
yeah.
Like they got the wattage and that can play in the whole
Yeah.
city. Once you playing for the whole city, once you playing all that, then, you know, that's what's going to represent. That's what's going to make you big.
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why Western Mass and Eastern Mass is disconnected.
Right.
Because I'm from Springfield, we don't get 94.5. We never got 90.
No,
Say, what you say?
no.
97.7.
Yeah, we don't. I don't get that over there. You know what I'm saying? I get 93.7. That's based out of like around Hartford, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and they cover Rhode Island. I think a little bit of Rhode Island, going way up to like Long Island, New York. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they cover Springfield and you know what I'm saying. But it stops like right before you get to like probably Worcester.
I got you. Yeah.
937 stops, and then 94.7, 94.5. That jumps in. You know what I'm saying?
I got
From
you.
you being a big artist from Boston, right? Have you ever tried to push, or have you ever tried to invest into a big radio station since you?
No. It takes. I mean, honestly, radio stations is even more than like investment. Like it really is about. It's a political thing. It's like a political thing. Like in order to have like big wattage on one of these stations, you got to have like, and not just you got to have money, but also you got to be like voted in. You have to be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as easy as you think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Massachusetts, we just never had it.
But you was talking about more the perception of Boston or Mass or whatever. Do you ever watch the show Winning Time?
What's that?
That's with the Lakers. It's about the Lakers and all that.
No.
But the big rivalry was about Boston. When they came to Boston, it was crazy because like they'll get off the bus and the Boston motherfuckers would be throwing shit at the It took place back in the in the 80s. It took from like 80 to 90. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
With Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, how they had their
I know
situation.
Yeah, I mean, Lakers Celtics always had their rivalries. I mean,
Yeah.
sports is different though.
But because you said that how it's perceived on TV or how Boston is.
It's only because, right. Well, I'm saying they're always gonna look at Boston as a white town.
Yeah, but that right
You know
different. Yeah, that predicts like how
That's
it looks.
the perception of Boston that's a white town.
It perceived that perception. That's
For years and years and years, like anything that was put on screen with Boston, it never really represented.
Yeah, it never represented. Yeah,
what Black Boston was about.
Yeah, I'll just allude into that.
So if you don't, even when you watch, like even Blue Hill Ave, the movie, that didn't represent Boston.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing. It was not too much out there that gave us from Roxbury, Mattapan, Dorchester, South End, that gave us representation or felt like we was being represented. I don't remember it. When I was out there and I started touring, people would necessarily, "Oh, you from Boston?" You know what I'm saying? Like, "Oh, okay, for real? You from Boston? Oh, y'all get down like that?" Because we would travel deep.
Yeah.
And we'd always be in some shit. So it'd be like, "Damn, y'all Boston niggas get down like that?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really I ain't gonna lie, like, me and my guys carried the flag for Boston around the country before really anybody. Now, New Edition was doing it, but it was in a different way. Like, we was going through the hoods.
Yeah.
It's different.
So let's bring it back. So when do you think this started? When you started really like leaving Boston and putting on for Boston outside of the city?
Well, back then, Boston was supporting of us because hip hop first came, and we was one of the groups that was first being creative with hip hop in Boston. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a bunch of groups, but we was one of them.
He's one of them.
One of the first groups. Shout out to Rusty. Rusty's doing a Boston doc, and Rusty was there. TDS Mob and the Hill Boys. I mean, the Fantasy Crew, Killer DJ. I mean, I can
all this is like what? So when you give it like 84, 85?
It's all mid-80s.
Mid-80s, mid-80s.
We be at Shavu Roller Rink, battling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Battling was big for us back then. Like, we would battle a crew. You get out there in the street on the outside, and it'd be a DJ. Like, hip hop doesn't even really have a DJ anymore. It's like they phased the DJ out. Breakdancing got phased out. Graffiti got phased out.
Mm-hmm.
The DJ got phased out.
So basically the elements,
the
elements that make up hip hop, basically.
They all got phased out. And to me, the DJ is the biggest part. Like, I'm really disappointed at that more than ever, that rap groups, their DJs more like they give them the backup. They kind of do the same things, but they're not really like the scratching DJs that would really back in the day, like Jazzy Jeff, Houdini's DJ, Grandmaster D, Grandmaster J, rest in peace, Flash. These guys was real,
yeah. But back then, they was part of the group though. You feel me? It was different. That's what I'm saying. It's not like...
And it's part of the music. You could
Yeah.
DJ scratch and all kind of shit in music.
They was part of the group. So if you got signed, it was like the DJs with you. It was like a whole collective. You feel what I'm
We're
saying?
gonna mention your DJ, BJ.
DJ Def. Jeff is the greatest of all time. You kidding me?
Better known as DJ Jeff.
Jeff. Two times. Look, Jeff. What people don't understand about Jeff is so complete as a DJ. And to me, he's, Boston, he's the greatest hands down. And this is why I say why. He started from the very beginning of hip hop. That counts. He's a hell of a trick DJ when it comes to just wax.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff with the mouth, scratch things, put fire, all kind of shit. Jeff was doing that. But also he's a producer.
Yep.
Excuse me, he's a producer. And he now he's part of the Jerk. That's his Team Jerk. He does all kinds of
Jerks out of DJ Dex.
Shout out to all the people, Dex. Shout out to all the people supporting him because it's important because Jeff was been paid his dues in Boston. So I like to see Jeff doing his thing here, and I like to see people taking to him. That's my brother for life. Hangman 3, rest in peace to JB. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that we got our biggest, we got a double platinum plaque with the intro on Nas' Stillmatic album. We have produced that. There's double platinum there, yeah.
Yeah, so we interviewed Ed O.G.
Edo the legend, man.
Shout out to Ed O.G. the legend.
Edo's
you
the
know what I'm
legend.
saying? We interviewed
the
him.
first nigga in Boston to go gold. Period. From
Exactly,
hip-hop.
yeah.
Legend.
First dude, yep. That was the question I was gonna ask. He said he that's his family claim.
First, the first that he went
you know what I'm saying?
Go back.
He said y'all both was doing it back then. He gave me your props.
Now listen, Edo was the first to sell national music, a gold fucking album, a single with I Gotta Have It. Back then it was hard to go gold because you had no fucking radio player, none of that. So that was an amazing accomplishment that Edo did. Like salute to Edo.
Yeah. Shout out to Ed O.G. man.
I asked him how come you guys didn't collab back in the days, but he said it was more of like a
rivalry.
It's a rivalry thing. That
like it was to me. It wasn't a. It was. Boston was a rivalry city. So it wasn't even necessarily the hip hop. I mean, everything was divided. There was problems. Everything, there was issues with somebody in blocks and crews and projects. So it just spilled over into rap. And back then, I mean, people were battling, man. Battle was a part of it. And just Boston at that time, especially after Colors broke out, it was crazy. But the gangs came and everything. And that kind of spilled over to Boston hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I know Boston. They had like what'd you say? They had the Bruins. Like y'all had different colors.
I mean,
like
everybody started getting their colors.
Get their colors.
Sides and
you was Bruins.
My crew we were Boston Bruins. Black and gold, man.
Yeah, black and gold.
You felt like back then, they was, the Bruins was rough back then. So,
yeah.
And we had the black. It was black. It was dope, man. I appreciated that. The Bruins is dope, bro.
You couldn't really wear different caps back then, neither, right?
Back then, I'm saying, but everybody had their own crew. Like all the projects, everybody had their own crew. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And once you start wearing, it wasn't Quip and Blood. Everybody started wearing their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
you guys had your own inner city type of shit going on.
Teams.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
So, right. I'm gonna bring it back to some things, but I want to know, you being from Boston, one of the top artists from Boston, why do you think Boston, no artist since you has made it out of Boston?
Because what I said, because the culture in Boston isn't made up for Black people on any level, not just hip hop, but
very
certainly
true.
Not hip hop.
Certainly, very true.
Certainly, there's been a suppression of Black music, never mind hip hop, but certainly hip hop, like because this town is run with an iron fist by certain ethnic groups of people, and it's always going to be like that. Boston's one of the oldest incorporated cities in America. We all know that. It all started here, Plymouth Rock.
Yeah, yep.
So these values are real old. They date back, way back, and they're not changing it. This money's old, the value's old. This is generational wealth in Boston. They control shit, and it'll never, ever be different. We used to have to go to Providence just to go to the Fresh Fest. I mean, they wouldn't even bring that shit to the Garden.
And Providence don't like us. Providence don't like Boston.
But that was the.
Why do you say that? That's crazy.
That's the only place that we could watch any type of big concerts. Had to drive to Providence every Sunday. We could have had them shits right there at the Garden. At the Boston.
When they got big concerts now, coming to Boston a lot.
I'm saying now, not then. I know they.
So yeah, not then.
Then, you know what I'm saying?
So back in in the mid '80s and early '90s, there was no big concerts coming to Boston.
Shit. Hell no.
So when artists go on tour, There wasn't Boston
They
wasn't a
skipped
stop.
over Boston. Back then, yeah, they skipped over and they had to go to Providence. Everybody went to Providence. Run DMC, the Fresh Fest, all the big Rick James, everybody, they went to Providence Civic Center and skipped over. They couldn't come to Boston. Now, rock groups came to Boston.
Like Aerosmith and all that other
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
So, right, you're very outspoken.
Yeah.
We all know you have a mouth on you. You say certain things.
I mean, you know, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take
And it's all love. I say it with all
Come
love.
on,
But you
it's all
say
love
some
here
things,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Do you think? I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't know if I want to say that. Do you think that's why? I don't know.
Say me.
Nah, come on, don't let me say.
Yeah, like,
So if you're very outspoken,
Yes.
right? You're very outspoken.
to
You
me.
say some things. Do you think that's why, like, you're loved, but you're not loved in Boston as well?
I think like when we think about love and not love, right? I think just us as individuals, as you walk through life, and the more successful you get, or the more known you get, then you open yourself up for people that's gonna like you, and for some people that's not gonna like you. That goes for every single individual that walks this planet. It's just what it is. You're not people, you know, nobody, especially like within our culture, you gotta understand, like, when we grow up on top of each other, close to each other, projects, homes, we live. So when somebody makes it, everybody else is like, what the fuck about me? And people feel away emotionally because they feel like they've been living next to you this long. They feel like they're attached to you. Why you got it and I don't? And that's just what it is, man.
That's
That's what it is. And it's not even, you don't even got to be a celebrity or a rapper. You could just be the guy that's getting all the money. You could be the guy that got all the women. It's just that it is how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do know this though. This is what I do know. Like I grew up before the internet. I was raised before the internet. Whoever liked me or didn't like me, I would know about it because I would see him.
Right.
The internet is the internet. I'm on the outer. Then whatever's said about me on the internet, whatever views, if they're not good, then I can't do anything about it. It doesn't even affect me or bother me at all anymore because it doesn't exist. Like when I come out, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lot of love. You know?
Yeah.
It's a lot of love.
You
It's a
do
lot of
a
love.
lot.
Yeah,
Nah, you definitely get a lot of love,
I
man.
go through all the hoods of America, and it's a lot of love. You know what I mean? And I don't want people to think that it's always on some crazy shit with me because, you know, most of the time, you know, people have their perceptions of me that never even met me. And that's what we do. I mean, we judge each other. That's what the internet's for. You know what I'm saying? I had Instagram in the last, few weeks, so I feel good as hell.
You
Like
deleted it?
No, they did.
They
Again.
did.
How many different pages you had?
About 7, 8, 9.
They done took it, you done made another one, took it and made another one, took it and made another one.
I'm tired of it. I really don't even, to be honest, like, I've been getting a lot of motion. I ain't really had it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, people know who I am. And you know, like I said, I'm really outside. I'm out here. So the love I get outside is crazy. I'm more famous, more loved than I ever been. So whatever's on the internet is gonna be on the internet. And, you know, I can't help with how people feel about me one way or the other. If they got love for me, then of course, I mean, it's a blessing. If they don't like me, then what can I do about it?
You can't do nothing about that.
So you recently went viral for 2.
Mhm.
I like to keep it like PG. I like to keep it like very
You
like.
go
I like
X.
to go viral.
Talk that shit.
So you.
I got an OnlyFans.
Talk that.
I've been having
OnlyFans.
since 2020.
What the fuck
I
you
made about 60 bands on my OnlyFans.
Is it?
What the fuck you be doing? What the
Just
fuck you be on OnlyFans like?
Are you growing backs?
OnlyFans?
No. So really, to be honest, like really, so, you know, it's like I work out. So really, it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like I'm not having sex on my OnlyFans.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, you know, but I've made like almost $60-some thousand, and you know, I don't even post, and I still get a couple of bands a month, and it's like, you know, I feel like, shit, I'm 58 years old. If a motherfucker,
58.
58. If a
48.
motherfucker, thank you, I appreciate it. If a motherfucker want to see me naked and pay for it, then shit, I would have did that back in the day. I wouldn't even have to sell no drugs. You know what I'm saying?
You did have some sex scenes in some Tubi
I would have
movies,
rather
right?
did that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have some sex scenes in some Tubi movies?
Yeah, but that wasn't real sex.
Okay, I know that wasn't real sex scenes.
But that Tubi movie, they banned it.
Why?
It's coming out this month because it's edit. Because they just accepted it back. Because the director pushed the envelope. Like we did some real ill scenes.
He leaked some.
But it was all acting. It was
Okay.
like it was.
Yeah, it's all acting. That's what y'all got in common because she had a sex scene too in Tubi movie.
Y'all figured it out.
Yeah, y'all got that in common. That's cool. I thought she burned. She actually had that shit.
Frosted.
Let me check that shit out.
Frosted the movie.
So let me ask you.
Check her out, Frosty.
No, I got Tubi on my phone.
It's like his is not.
Back, I'm watching
It's
this.
like his is not.
So look. So let me ask you right now. So professional wise, right?
Yeah.
The guy you did the sex scene.
Yeah.
Did you feel comfortable? Was you comfortable
I
with
was
it?
comfortable.
All right. So as long as two people are comfortable doing it, because I'm gonna be honest, I always wanted to. I like acting. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. But a sex scene, I always want to do it because it's not easy.
It's not easy. You have to definitely.
I had to do a scene where I was taking the shit. I was like kind of raping the chick. They had me, and she was, but the girl I was with was just so like, they was the ones that was super loose with it. Just this. And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you got to be butt naked. I'm thinking I have to wear my, my underwear, and they film around it. They said, nah. I said, all right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we listen, everybody got one. Women got theirs, we got ours. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely kept the underwear on. There was no.
No, this girl did. They did it.
Oh, she didn't. She was all for it.
Everybody. There was
Oh,
totally.
all right. Okay, so back to
She had to like process that or something this week.
But you didn't have a top on.
my top came off. My top.
Well, well,
It was hanging off. But yeah.
how did when you seen yourself do it? Was you proud of yourself?
I felt like I could have acted better.
More convincing.
I felt like I could have been more convincing. Yeah.
So next time, then you'll
I
know.
know.
So
what to do.
Was you a little nervous?
Yes, I was.
First time?
First time.
All
Yeah. First time. First movie. Yeah. So it was a little nervous.
So next time, though, you think you
And
got
I'm
it?
gonna be like,
No. Me. I know for a fact the best sex scenes are the most realistic looking ones. So you just gotta forget the camera and just kind of just go. Monsters Ball, Halle Berry won an Academy Award for that sex scene.
Yeah.
I don't even remember nothing else about the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Every time you think about Monster Ball, that's like you said. That's all you think about the Halle Berry scene.
But that's how strong that scene was, and that's what I'm saying. Like, sex doesn't have to be nasty. We all have it. In a movie, it's a part of the art. Like 50 Shades of Grey, it was a sex scene. Like there's a lot of movies that involve sex they're not meant to be nasty. It's just that the sex is a part of the art.
right.
Yeah.
Right,
And how
right,
you
right.
go about it is how people are gonna be like, oh, that was intense. And
Yeah.
I had a couple of threesomes, like in the shower.
In these movies.
In this one movie, I was doing it. They had me doing crazy shit. It was,
Oh wow.
it was a challenge and it was dope. I liked it.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
To this day, I get people that reach out to me and they be like, "Was that real?" And I'm like, "No."
Did you do it here in Boston?
In Boston? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so
dope.
Q. What is it?
That's dope.
Q.
Man.
Yeah, it was in Boston.
Yeah,
We did it.
there need to be more Boston Tubi movies because
Aren't you
Detroit's
getting, like,
killing them.
the,
Atlanta's killing them. Like,
Award and all that coming
Yeah,
up.
so this Saturday, matter of fact, tomorrow, next Saturday, we got nominated for an award.
oh, let's go. Come on now.
So
They
hopefully
should.
we get that.
They
Hopefully we
should.
get
They
that.
should.
But it's
That's
a
dope.
Providence-based podcast that's doing it. But I think that they're gonna give it to a Providence artist. But
So as long as there's like motion like that, people doing Tubi movies, of course, artists, showcases. There's a way that Boston can get some motion, but it has to be, you gotta be collective,
I
man.
think we
like,
did.
nah, definitely gotta be collective.
It just got
But
put on Tubi, or it's getting.
yeah, that's
put on
dope. I
Tubi,
think
so-
that's dope. There needs to be more Boston. People from Boston need to see people from Boston so that they can get pride, so that they can
Yes,
support,
yes,
so they
yes,
could
yes,
want to
yes.
do it. It's an effect that has to happen. I've watched other cities do it. I've watched Detroit go from everybody really, like a lot of those young niggas, look, they got their own sound. And now, 10 years ago, if a Detroit artist, you wouldn't know that they was from Detroit. Now you know from their music and the way they rap. See, that's how you
And their
want
sound,
it.
yeah.
That's how you want it. You want it to where Boston niggas got their own vibe and shit and they support, but It has to be a support of each other. There got to be at least recognition of each other.
Right.
And that's what this city lacks, man. And, you know, and it's still nonsense, man, on the internet. Like, I don't see how it's ever going to happen when niggas just be nonstop doing dumb shit on the internet with each other. Like, how the fuck, like, that, to me, that turns to the focus now. It's not music. It's who could say the dumbest shit on the internet.
All right, so now I want to go back to what I was talking about, the viral, right?
Yeah, viral.
So you went, the first one I felt you went viral for was the champs, the Drink Champs interview.
Drink Champs, yeah. So,
was you drunk and was it real?
you can't tell?
You was drunk. I know you was drunk. I know you were drunk. But was it in real?
Blasted.
That
shit was, you know you're drunk when your mouth's moving, but your face ain't really moving. Like, my face was numb. Like, I was trying to get the words out. I was like, we gotta hurry up and do this because in a minute I'm not gonna be able to talk. Like, I'd done so many interviews with Nori that one particular one I want to open up more. That's why I started drinking, because I finally want to open up.
No, he was ready. He was ready.
A lot of times I be political on these joints because people think a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
I'm learning. Fuck being political.
But,
you say what you say. You say what you say.
But everything I said on there, it was all facts. It was all it was from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Now, towards the very end when I said, you know, I do believe we should come together. I'm never gonna stop that. Like, I do believe, like, damn, here we are, we're slaves, and then now they figured out a way that they can not only make money off us, but then while they're making money off us, have us fuck each other over, kill each other, dog each other, set each other up, finesse each other, abuse each other, like, you know what I mean? Embarrass each other, expose each other. Like, how these people gotta be geniuses to fuck us over like that, and then now be able to make millions and millions off of us while we fuck it up. They don't even have to, we do.
Listen.
Like, this shit is, I mean, the internet, if you can't see that there's more destruction of our community and culture from it, and there's more bad coming from it, then I don't know what to tell people. People are addicted to that, and you know what I'm saying? They get their reality from that. And when a person whose comprehension probably ain't even past the 8th grade, who's a grown-ass man or woman, you know what I'm saying? Their realities is coming from that. That's like a walking zombie. Anything that's coming out of that person is gonna be madness and chaos and miscommunication. So people back off and try to stay in their lane, because right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit is crazy out here. Like, see, when you live to be this long, you get to see this. I got to see the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. And I could wholeheartedly say that we're in the worst shape we've ever been.
Ever.
As a people. Yeah. Collectively, as a people, as a culture, the worst shape we've ever been. And you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like, there ain't no more fight. We don't necessarily really have any more leadership. And the younger generation, because of technology, usually here goes the OGs and here goes up. And the way it goes in life is we listen to them and we gain knowledge and it keeps going. Well, now our OGs, technology came and jumped over us, and the kids went right over us with the technology. So they don't give a fuck whether they're your father, mother, whatever, anything that's of older, they don't care about that because they think they're getting all the reality from the technology, social media, the internet. So that's the problem right now, because the natural order thing is the ones that went through it teach the ones. Now there's a time now that stopped where the ones that went through it have no bearing on this generation, and that's dangerous. And it's all fucked up, and if people can't say it, they fooling themselves.
Now, you've been putting on for Mass for a long motherfucking time, man.
I mean, I love this where I'm from.
You know what I'm saying? And you can contribute a lot to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You put Mass on the map as far as doing the source thing. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of things from hip hop definitely came from Mass. People don't be recognizing that. You feel what I'm saying?
It's like, yeah, but that's because of the powers that be want it like that. They've suppressed the fact that there's a hood here in the way that they've treated us and abused us through the judicial system, through police abuse. I mean, you go on CNN and watch your marching and everything. Man, they've been killing us in the 80s for years and getting over it, police here, and nobody said nothing. That shit's been happening. We grew up with it. It become normal to us.
Nah, Boston, yeah, we just recently started, you
It
know.
was at one point, we was the #1 stolen car in the country, and the police was, it was okay for them to chase them and shoot them. Like so many guys I grew up who just were car thieves, professional car thieves,
Yeah.
have been killed. And then they had to stop that. They had to, because it was happening so much.
Yeah.
So where is that okay, if they're chasing them in the car thing, they can shoot at them and kill them. That was part of protocol.
Without being threatened, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, like things, I'm telling you, man, like.
Nah, Mass is crazy, man. I didn't know what I'm saying.
It's a racist
They
city.
call it Mississippi, man.
You gotta understand.
Mass is motherfucking city, man.
It's a racist city, but
crazy.
But more than that, though, what's really crazy is how we hate each other in the city. Other there's nothing more crazier than that. There's nothing more crazier than, you know, these people got the ups on us and the advantage and everything else in the city on us. So, and you know, whoever's the nigga that you beefing with got just as much as you. It ain't like this niggas is like, it's hard to hustle in Boston.
It's hard.
I mean, the police done built up they net of informants, they net of people, the net of how they even, in the geographics of this city now, how they built shit now, is way easier to watch niggas hit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like when you leave and you come back, you can see it. Oh, I see how they doing this now. You know what I'm saying? Like, there really ain't been no money still allocated for Roxbury, Dorchester. I mean, you walk right up Blue Hill Ave, it's still fucked up and shit's fucked up. There ain't all that money. They charging $3,000 right in Cathedral for an apartment while niggas is still fucked up in the hood. Like, and niggas still want to kill each other and don't give a fuck about that. Like, that's what blows me.
Well, I mean,
I don't understand.
I don't know what, that goes back to like a Willie Lynch situation. You know what I'm saying?
What if it goes back to what?
Since, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what if we know that, then why does it
Okay.
still happen?
huh?
Why does it still
Well, a lot of motherfuckers don't see, a lot of people don't, like, if we do a survey in here now and we ask everybody here now, tell me what Willie Lynch, what would that consist of? A lot of people don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So people have to go back into the history to understand how to correct what's going on in the future. You feel what I'm saying?
Cool.
A lot of people don't know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people don't know that,
That's what's scary about now's time.
yeah, a lot of people don't know, like, Republicans
people
was the
do,
black, was the
and a lot don't. Some do and some don't. And the ones that do, there's really nothing that they can do about it. There's nothing I could do about it. I'm watching it and I get frustrated because there's nothing I can do about it. I just gotta adapt, adjust, stay in my lane, because we're living in a time now you really can't have no big circles anymore. The days of the big circles will fuck you over so bad you don't even understand.
Yeah, it's
You gotta keep the circle small and you gotta maneuver through shit because it's just different right now, man. It's different.
A lot of people don't know about Jim Crow laws. A lot of people don't know about redlining. And redlining was a big thing in Boston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
you know your shit.
yeah. So if I ask anybody, a lot of people, what's redlining? People,
Explain it to
some
them.
people don't know.
Explain it to
You know what I'm saying? Redlining was a situation
know
where
what it is.
the banks, you know what I'm saying? People want to buy houses. You know what I'm saying? They had a line of, okay, well, we're going to try to act like we're going to give people some loans, but we're going to
give them shit.
It wasn't, if you black, you're going to do here. This is the line. This is what's going on. You guys go over here. Caucasians go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Boston, I've been in every city in America. I swear to God, I'm telling you. Boston is fucked up. To live in Boston is the way that these people got the structure here and how they treat black folks and how black folks got what they go through here. It's just the system they got. It's the system and how the system is working against us. And how, and when I come back, I'd be like, fuck. I'd be like, God damn, it's the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
crazy,
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's not the progression in that there's talent and the people got talent, but it's like it don't progress because of the mindset and because of how they got us.
yeah.
And how we keep allowing them having us like that, but not even so much. Don't give a fuck about each other. Niggas really in Boston don't fuck with each other on levels that if they did, man, this shit could be turned around like
And
this.
motherfuckers are separated. So niggas are separated from lives.
Like that.
Same thing in Springfield.
It's the sixth biggest media market in the country.
Yeah. No, Boston's a major city, definitely. You know what I'm saying?
If niggas could just get together,
Yeah.
you could get a piece of that.
Yeah. And the wrongful conviction rate, I just started getting into this.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. I didn't know. Yo, shout out to Jackie, shout out to Ms. Sheik. You started, you know what I'm saying? We did interview Sean Ellis, my man, you know what I'm saying?
Sean
You know
Ellis.
what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
You know, there's somebody got Supreme.
Did you see Murder
You know
in
what I mean?
Boston, the HBO documentary?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Oh, man, go back and watch me. I mean, we lived that, like when they were stopping frisk and they was stripping niggas butt-ass naked because them niggas because he blew his wife's head off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and they blame somebody, and they
Yeah.
made a fake description and blame somebody else. We a Commonwealth state. This is Mississippi.
Commonwealth state is the worst, is another thing.
It's crazy. Make their own laws, their own extra shit going on.
Commonwealth is fucked up, bro.
And as we started interviewing more people who got wrongfully convicted, there's more. People are tapping in. The jails is tapping in.
Yeah.
They're like, God damn. Yo, shout out to y'all, man, because a lot of people not touching on that subject. It's real. Wrongful conviction is real. There's people out here that have nothing to do with nothing, wrong place at the wrong time, and going to fucking jail for 20 years, 25, 30. You feel me? That shit is crazy.
It's been happening for the longest, forever. And it's sad because we just got used to it. We just got numb by it. Like, I look at a lot of Boston people and I see it. People are just used to the way shit is. And it's not like they don't know it's wrong, but it's just how it's been for so long that they just accept it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I love Boston because I'm from here. I repped it. Who the fuck repped it more than me? You know, wearing all that Celtic shit, all that shit. I meant that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't shit. Like, wherever I went, I made sure I'm throwing 3 up. I'm wearing Adidas. I'm letting people know about Boston. I'm explaining Boston. Like, that went on for years and years and years and years, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's not important for me necessarily all the time to say Boston because hip hop is everywhere now. It's not like it even matters anymore. You know what I'm saying? You still want to rep your city, but it's like the city's not repping for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So how the fuck do you rep for a city that don't even want to rep for themselves? That want to just for any nigga that come out here, half the city might like him, the other half are gonna be mad as fuck. Like, shout to Millies, right? But you know, honestly, it should be a nigga blowing the fuck up from the bean, bro. I don't give a fuck. Somebody should be blowing nationwide, getting it. I thought Boston Richie was from Boston when I went. I was like, oh shit, he blowed it. I found out he wasn't from Boston. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I know, but I'm just saying, like, because you know what I'm saying, like, we need somebody from Boston, really, you know what I'm saying? And it's only gonna happen if New England, Boston, whatever,
New England
represents them. If it doesn't, how the fuck is that ever gonna happen?
I think a lot of them too is just that people stay confined in Boston. We need the numbers. So you do got Worcester, you do got Springfield, and you go to Rhode Island, you go to Providence, you go to Connecticut, you know what I'm saying, Hartford, Waterbury.
Yes, that's the idea if you want New England, but I still want Boston to for
I
once.
believe you from
I want
Boston's the biggest city.
I want
you know
Black Boston to like really represent, like for once. Like we had it at one time, you know, so even within, you know, the division, like, you know, Boston was behind us at one time. And like, I want to see that for somebody. And I want to see it coming out of, it's important for me to see it come out of Boston. And yeah, did it come from Taunton, Brockton, Fall River?
Yeah.
But a nigga need to come from
Boston. You know,
Boston.
I think it's a lack of information too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, artists, there's a lot of talent out here, but
a lot of talent,
but it's a lack of information how to market and promote. You know what I'm saying?
There's no radio station.
Saying?
Number one.
But you can still get to your coin and get to some type of notoriety without that.
If they do, you got people independently do that.
You can do that. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying,
you know
we need a nigga that's getting his shit played. We need a radio station here that's playing urban music, and we need artists from here getting their shit played on a regular basis. Shout out to all the when I say pirate radio stations, it's not a disrespect.
No.
It's just how I view them.
Yeah.
But we need a major station with 94. If 94.5 turned into Hot 97 from Boston, I'm telling you, within 3 to 5 years, the whole scene in Boston would change.
So, but what we gonna do? That's not happening. So we gotta do alternative. Like you said, it's hard to do a big radio station like that.
There is no alternative.
You know what I'm saying?
Really isn't. You know,
So what you're telling me is that we need a major station like a Hot 97 to New York City, to the 5 boroughs.
If it ever wants to change, it has to be a major radio station, an urban station, or it's never going to happen. It's never, ever going to happen. The reason why Baby down in Charlotte, the reason why Detroit, all these are because they have major stations, 2, 3, 4 of them. We don't have one. Not one.
Now, that's true. I agree. That's true.
Not
Okay.
one. And so it's
So you
not,
said
it's not
so
gonna
it's not
happen.
going to work for
It's not gonna
women artists
happen.
because
You
it's
gotta
not
get
one.
the fuck out of here and go to another city and get your shit played there. It's not gonna happen here. You can't. Boston is not unified enough to do it without radio. If it was unified enough, you might have a chance. That ain't happening. You need radio. If somebody's playing, there was a lot of talent here. If somebody's playing somebody's shit 7, 8 times a day on major radio, people are gonna start gravitating, bro.
Right.
And then when they start seeing other cities fucking with you, but it's not gonna happen. Whereas we're the 6th largest media city, but we don't have an urban radio station. And 94.5 is fucking up Boston with their playlists and shit. That shit is garbage, man.
You only get 1 hour on Sunday.
That shit is horrible.
1 hour. On
So I don't listen to it because I don't
Sunday.
get it. So could y'all break down
It's
to me?
fucking horrible,
Oh, they
man.
play-
Break the program down to me. So
They're playing
So
Ice Spice.
They play
Playing-
bullshit, man.
Ice Spice. So you don't consider Ice Spice hip hop? I mean, I'm not saying.
No, like it ain't even about
No.
that. It's just they format ain't hot. They don't play hot shit. Like
Oh.
they're not a hot radio station. Like they're not it. Them
And
niggas
even
ain't
when
it.
they do
They
the
never
launch
been
pad
it.
on Sunday,
never will be it.
only play certain artists. You have to be a certain
The
artist.
niggas
to
play
listen.
that bullshit. Like y'all know what I'm talking about. Like
No.
when I go to these different cities, like I said, Charlotte, Greenville,
You find new artists from
Columbia,
downtown
South
here.
Carolina. Them stations be sounding dope, bro. Like you listen to that shit, you can actually.
And you find a new artist that's from there that's like, oh shit, this you know what I'm saying?
man.
Here we don't do that.
We never had a major station to support the artists and support the
Yeah.
and support the culture.
So okay, you came out in the 80s doing your thing. You was traveling. So what did you do different from what people ain't doing now?
got the fuck up out of here.
It's
I
fair. I
got
was
the
gonna say,
feeling.
that's a-
I got up out of here. I got my whip. I even bought a Chinook.
What was
Paper.
the
I-
process though? Okay, everybody says get the fuck up out of here. There's so many places to go.
You got to get out.
Did you have a plan?
The plan was we gonna ride the cities and find out where them antennas are. And wherever the antennas are was the radio stations, and we was gonna go in there, we was gonna holler at niggas, and we had our own money, and we was bringing niggas vests and bringing niggas shit and giving niggas weed and hollering at niggas face to face. You know what I'm saying? And they was fucking with us. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? You got to get out there. You can't stay inside. Things gonna happen to you. You got to get out there and break bread. You got to break bread. You got to make money, whether it's work, hustling, and then get out there and break bread. Meet these DJs and break bread. That's what you got to do. And nowadays, we didn't have strip clubs. If there was strip clubs back then, we went straight to the strip club, seeing DJ, broke bread, let them play our shit. And you know what I'm saying? Niggas is lazy, man. Niggas want to make songs.
That's another
Niggas
problem.
wanna make
Niggas is
songs,
lazy.
Let these niggas from the block listen to it, and it goes as far as that. You know what I'm saying? Then when it comes to like doing performance and shows, a lot of niggas feel like they've already made it. They feel like
Because
they too big to do a fucking performance with 30 people. I remember, let me tell you something. I remember in New Hampshire, I'll never forget, it was raining. We was RSO. There was 6 people there, and it started to rain. There was this one nigga with a Biz Marquee hat, how Biz had his hat. Looked like Biz might have gave it to him. Son, but I just never forget that. It was like 4 people, 5 people, and we still performed. The last time I came here was Battleship Cove, and we performed in Fall River, Battleship Cove, and Jeff's turntable melted up because of the hot sun. It was like 13 people there. Like, you gotta fucking pay your dues, man.
So
Like, you ain't no people think they get a couple of comments, they already stars, and it's not
Listen,
like that. You know what I'm
listen.
saying?
So, well, as an artist, right? Me coming out. How many times do you think I should perform around here? Like, what is your limit?
As many, I performed at everything smoking. I didn't stop. I swear to God.
Everything around here?
Everything
I didn't
else?
stop.
Around.
You see when Onyx got up and I asked him, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? I was like, look, ain't no, because a lot of motherfuckers, I would have been like, yo, go up there, nigga, nah, man, ain't nobody here now. That nigga was like, bet, let's go. There's like, 13, 14, 15 people in here, 20 people in here. And that nigga just got up and rocked. A lot of niggas don't want to do that type shit. You got to, because I'm telling you, believe it or not, anytime I go do, why I'm still relevant and why I still got motion is because I go through these cities and still have that mentality that whoever I touch, as long as I touch them in a way that they be like, they'll never forget me.
And they will spread the word.
And they'll spread the fucking word.
Mm.
Now give me something. See, that's the key. Anybody that you touch and they like, they're gonna tell somebody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, that's why like my shit's big, because I've been doing that forever. I've been going through the hoods and fucking with niggas forever, years of my life. I've always done that. And that's why the internet don't mean shit. That's why I can still get money, don't even have an Instagram. Because the streets love me. The hood loves me. You know what I mean?
I heard you went to a restaurant tonight and some white lady was like, "Fight."
No, I'm not even front. Listen, all jokes aside, it's the most famous. It's out of control how I be like, it's crazy. How people be coming up on me. And it be, if I walk through a mall, it's a lot of people. And it's over the years, I've done a lot. There's niggas that was in jail that watched me on TV. There's niggas that was in jail that had Source magazines. There's, you know what I'm saying, women that watch me on Love and Hip Hop. There's my daughter's generation that knows me through her. Like, I've been around doing this shit for a long ass time. But the thing with me is I'm a people person, and I never forgot where I came from, and I'm a hood nigga. And that, they leave that, because most of the time they're thinking, most of the times niggas is all celebrities, then already they tried to fuck with them and they didn't want to take a picture with them or treated them kind of fucked up. So when they get somebody like me, oh, they remember that shit. They remember Zeno. You know what I'm saying?
They gotta remember Zeno, man.
Like,
You gotta remember Zeno, man.
Spread love, you know?
Yeah. Let's bring it back to the origin of the Source, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, how'd you meet Dave Mays? What was the process? And how did it become to what it became? And
Dave,
you know, and then
Dave went to Harvard. We was at ERS, college radio station, Emerson College. They was a major part of hip hop in Boston. I met Dave there. He was doing a telethon. ERS was doing a telethon where you go up there with groups, all kind of groups went up there, jazz, rock. We was the rap group. We would go up there since they played our music. They would have a telethon for people to donate money to their radio station, keep it going. And they would do a live concert with everybody over there. Dave came up there, interviewed us. He said he's doing a 2-hour radio show on Saturdays. We should come up there. We went up there. We forged a friendship. Jeff DJ, Def Jeff, 2 times. And he made it off of one piece of paper based on the radio show. It was a newsletter for the radio show that went out to everybody. The newsletter had a picture of KRS, different segments. And then, you know, the rest was history. At that time, hip hop hadn't been covered by anyone. There was no internet. Artists wasn't being covered like that. It was pretty much in local magazines. And Michael Jackson was being covered, the Jackson 5, because Word Up and Right On, but Word Up and Right On wasn't covering hip hop. So Dave thought that, hey, look, as time went on and hip hop started getting bigger, Rolling Stone, shit, if Rolling Stone's doing it for rock, we could do it for hip hop. And Dave just took the blueprint from Rolling Stone, put it to the Source magazine. And since we was one of the first ones, it grew as hip hop grew. And next thing you know, it just became the phenomenon that it was. And we made a lot of history, accomplished a lot. Source Awards, Source hip hop hits, made a lot of money, had a lot of ups and downs. Got indicted by the feds, you know, within that time. You know, the accountant was wearing a wire up there for like 6 months. So I got indicted, you know, was investigated for a couple of years on a bunch of shit. That was like offering me 25 years because it was like they thought I was running a criminal enterprise because we was making all this money. And then, you know, I'm taking 10, 20, 30 niggas around the world with me, you know what I'm saying? And doing all kinds of amazing shit, you know. You know what I'm saying? Look, at the end of the day, it ain't like that was planned. You know, I was a nigga that sold a lot of drugs in Four Corners. I fucked with a lot of niggas. I loved hip hop. I gave block parties and parties. People knew me around the city. My dad, Schnapps, was big in his time with the city and what he was doing. So a lot of respect that he got came to me. So, you know, I had a certain amount of respect in the city that, you know, that I was, I was a solid dude. And, you know, I know hundreds of people from Boston. I came across hundreds. I can name close to 100 of the people who've been murdered that I was close to or came up with, you know. People were close back then, even if you was from a different hood. Four Corners was a place that everybody came up. After they did this shit on their block, everybody would meet up there. So I got to meet everybody from around the whole city, and I got close to a lot of guys. You know, listen, man, Boston is what made me and shit, but I realized it was a bigger world, and if I was ever gonna stay alive and have any success, I had to leave Boston.
Yeah, so when you got with Dave Mays, he done fired everybody, right? That's what it's like.
Yeah,
He done fired everybody. And
Dave put a article about us in '94 because at that point I was making more money than Dave. Like I was really getting in the streets. Source didn't make no money in his early years at all. Dave had 4 other partners that went to school, Ivy League schools. They all put their money in. It was a booklet.
Oh, so 4 other partners with him.
Yes, they all went to like Ivy League. It was college guys, and you know what I'm saying? I was just Dave's man. Like I got locked up one summer. Dave stayed in my apartment because he didn't want to go back to DC and he was boxing up magazines. Edo G used to help him at my apartment, box up and send out magazines from my apartment. With all the show, we just wanted to rap. I wanted my group. So Dave at the Source, he was bringing different A&Rs from labels to Boston. We was opening up for a lot of big acts. And we ended up getting a deal with Tommy Boy Lethic from one of the guys that Dave brought down. We got a deal with RCA Records.
Yeah, a couple of deals.
Queen Latifah.
Flavor Unit.
Easy, we had a deal with Easy on the Table before he died. We got signed to rap a lot. This was all Almighty Allah Soul. And a lot of that was because of Dave's relationship with the Source because he's dealing with all these people with the magazine. We got an article putting us in '94. The staff felt that since me and Dave were friends, we shouldn't have had the article. And they wanted Dave to step down. They wrote this big thing about bad things about me and sent it to every radio station, record label.
Trying to blackball you.
And that was kind of the first time like a lot of radio stations didn't fuck with me. And Dave ended up saying, fuck all y'all. He bought the other dudes out and he made me a 50-50 partner. But even as a 50-50 partner, I was like, okay, I'll be a 50-50 partner. At that time, I was like, looking out for Dave, make sure nobody fuck with Dave.
Yeah, he was more like the muscle over there.
I mean, I was running with a big crew. And you know what I'm saying? We still in the time where hip hop is the streets. And I had to make sure that nobody would disrespect or fuck with Dave. It wasn't until maybe '98 where I probably started making money with the Source. Like again, even when I was 50-50 partner in '94, I wasn't getting no checks from the Source. I still was in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't until like '98,
But you're the one that really pushed the Source Awards though. Bringing that to the forefront.
Yeah, because I was the one that was always complaining because the Grammys wasn't giving artists just due. I was really the one really damn. I was pushing that issue up to the magazine. I was pissed off about that. And from that frustration, we made the Source Awards. And what people don't realize, we lost the money the first 7 Source years. The only one we made was when we did the deal with BET. We made about $1 million. That was the last one we did. Then they ended up doing their own shit. But,
So basically, BET Hip Hop Awards now is basically
although the exact
they're your son.
The exact. No, it's true. And I say that with pride because we hooked up with BET. I'll never forget. They came in here with a whole idea, and this is a true story. They came in with these big papers, like architect papers with everything is like yes. And I went and I just ripped everything up. And there was about like 15 people. And I kicked everybody out the room and shit. I said, we're not doing none of that. It was what they wanted us to do was corny. And I ended up writing down, my thing was, you know what I'm saying, the performances and everything. And then the staff would help pick the who deserved the awards. And it's the awards, who giving out the awards. But my thing was the performances. And so that last one on BET, we killed it. Like, me bringing the awards to Miami, no one had ever did that. After I did it, MTV brought the MTV awards on.
So you set a trend.
Yeah, I did. Everything was in New York and LA. Yeah. I was the first one. We brought the Source Award. I did 3 awards down in Miami. I brought Miami $50 million, the beach. Black people wasn't even going to the beach until I got down there. I mean, Luke and them was on 5th Street, but they wasn't on the beach. So when I went down there, I bought Club Zeno, and because I couldn't get in the other club because they were so bougie, we couldn't get in with T-shirts. So I put like $1.5 million in the club. I used to let everybody from...
Oh, so you really forced to win down there. You came through.
I spent about $1.5 million on that club.
Fuck that. You let me in the club with my damn T-shirt.
I didn't even make
my own
money.
club.
That club was lit. Mike Tyson, Missy, Lil Kim, everybody. Like, I used to let niggas come in there and smoke their coke joints in my club. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you came to Club Zeno, the whole hood from Miami would be there, but you could come and be comfortable because we wasn't judging people. You can't wear this dress code that. That's all Miami was about. Black people even who lived in Miami on the hood side over the bridge, they never came to the beach.
You never came to South Beach.
Never, ever. So We did that.
We changed the game down there.
When we brought it, we was making it a whole weekend thing. So come down, and to this day, why black people are on the beach was because of what we did down, me and Dave, what we did. You know what I'm saying? And we, like I said, we bought the 3 Source Awards, we bought $50 million to that city. Like the businesses made a lot of money, you know, when we brought it down there. It had never been done. Miami wasn't shit in Miami until we got down there. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, that's no disrespect to none of them. I don't mean like that, but I'm saying on a national level,
yeah,
for people to come to Miami. You know what I'm saying? We did that. You know, yeah, we did that.
I always wondered, how'd you guys do the microphone thing, the 5 mics? Who was the voters? How did that work?
Staff. It was the staff.
It was the staff.
The whole staff. You got your business side over here, but you got your journalists, art directors, photographers, all the people that write the stories. They get in the room, they sit down at a table. We get all the music from the labels first, and they go through each album, and they rate them.
And everything was just straight organic. There was no extra shit going on.
I mean, at the beginning, but then towards the end, once we started doing more in advertisement, we had to be cognizant. We had to be of, if I'm doing business with you and you're Sony and you're spending over $1 million a year with us, and your biggest artists we're doing, but then you might give us an artist and we give them 2.5 mics, 3 mics. That's fucking, we can't have that. At one point it was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mics. Because of that, I had to add the half in there.
Oh, so is your idea to add the half?
We had to.
Okay.
That was my idea. We had to add the half because, you know what I'm saying? Well, we can't give everybody 3 mics. The 3.5 don't look bad now. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, and then you have to run, because the journalist is like, yeah, but this is the integrity, and like, look, but then the business is like, this is how you get your fucking check signed. You know what I'm saying? You know, so people gotta realize, look, even within the 5 mics, and I've said this on other podcasts, and I've said this before, and I mean this, I want people to start really understanding this. There's 8 billion people on this planet. What makes you an individual is your ability to like what you like. You don't, music is something that is a personal thing. Because of the internet, we want to follow, we want to trend. If somebody says something, and even the Source, like even though I was a part of the 5 mics thing and everything, I wasn't the type of person that, I gotta listen to it. I never believed in ratings of shit because I gotta listen to it. If you live in LA and I give you Talib Kweli's album to rate, you're not really gonna be able to rate that album because you grew up with a different sound of hip hop. And that, you know what I'm saying? You know, although we had a couple of guys from LA up there, but there was a lot of New York people up there. So certain songs, you know what I'm saying? It's all personal. And then a lot of them guys was never in the streets. A lot of them guys was all college people. So the gangster rap, how are they really rating that? So, you know, even though it was a major part of the Source, and I'm not downplaying, and I don't want people to think that I'm trying to take away their excitement from it, because people believed in it and the 5 mics. I just want people to understand that music should be personal to you, and you shouldn't be influenced by what somebody else likes for you to like it. Like, people are going to stop being sheep and followers and start creating their own destiny and liking what they like. You know what I'm saying? And worrying about how they build their shit up through what they listening to. Because I believe people, a lot of times, they just want to like it because if they don't like it, then they're not going to be in the cool group.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to act like they're not in the cool group. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of this whole hip hop beef that we have going on right now between Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah.
Who you with?
I mean, it's not really beef. It's like gossip rap, like exposed. It's exposed rap, man. It's not even like, the internet is leading hip hop now. It never used to be like that. Like people are just rapping so everybody can comment. I don't even believe, I wish we didn't have the ability on commenting on music. I wish that never happened. I wish that never ever happened, where shit, put music out there, here goes the comments. We don't even need the good ones, the bad ones. It shouldn't be no, I wish commenting on music never ever happened. I wish it was back in the days where I just listened to the music and I didn't have to hear what the fuck anybody else thought about it.
If you didn't like it,
good or
like
bad.
it.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's fucking up music, man. I think commenting on music has turned into its own industry. Commenting is an industry. And I just think it's ridiculous. I just think it's, some things wasn't made for that. I don't think God made the planet like that, where we want to know what everybody thinks at one time.
So who you think won though?
I think Kendrick won.
You think Kendrick won?
Only because because first of all, Drake definitely should have did no AI shit with Snoop and Pac. That was whack. Like, Drake's a dope artist. Can't take nothing. He's gonna go down in history as one of the dopest song makers ever made. Battling isn't necessarily Drake's thing, although he's very slick with the words and lyrics.
He's slick with the words. Yeah, he definitely is.
And he has writers on deck. That's with him, 100%. It happens. I just think Kendrick, even Kendrick's joints, the thing with Kendrick is he just throwing so many at him, and they're all like at a high quality of lyricism. So you're like, but the problem with that is it's just like he's throwing out so much is that the shit that he's throwing, you're gonna get tired of that one already, and you are now this one new. Like, we have shorter attention span, and I'm not getting any. I'm getting a couple, but
yeah,
I just think I'm not getting what I got from Ether.
Yeah.
And Nas.
Yeah.
So I'm
not getting that. I ain't getting with Beanie and Jada. I ain't getting none of that.
I'm not getting that feeling.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm not even getting the feeling of Eminem and Benzino. I'm not. I'm not. And don't get me wrong, it's a new time. J. Cole apologizing, and J. Cole's one of my favorite artists. And that's J. Cole's.
That's one of my. I was mad about that one, man, because he talks that shit too.
But I'm not mad at him because
I'm mad at him because he invites you to bat. He said, "Yo, talk that shit. I'm gonna tear your head off." That's his MO when he gets on other people's features. He talks that shit,
man.
And then I understand he rides a bike, but what he says when he gets on people's features, I'm the guy. I'm the god. And if you talk to me crazy, I'm gonna tear your head off. And then he apologizes. If he didn't do what he does when he gets on people's features, then I'm like, all right, cool.
There's no apologizing and battling. There's definitely.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
But if anybody
J. Cole let me down.
If anybody could apologize and I give him a pass, it would have been J. Cole. That's
how? But not. I can't agree with you on that.
Because he's just not a.
Can't agree with you on that.
He's just not a beefing type of guy.
Nah, but you invite people to.
He's not a troublemaker.
But you invite people on verses when you on other people's songs. You're talking big talk. You talking about, yo, listen, anybody come against me, I'm gonna do this and that and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
I understand.
That's what I'm saying. If he didn't do that, I understand. You know what I'm saying? But now it came to you. Kendrick brought the heat, and now you talking about bow down. I don't want no more.
Dope, man. Kendrick's dope. He's dope, and Kendrick had got an agenda. Kendrick,
I just can't go with the cadence.
Kendrick,
you know what I'm saying?
Was just tired. Whatever made Kendrick tired, he was tired. See, he was tired of it. And he's just tired. He's not going to stop until, in his mind, like he's going to, I think he wanted, he don't want Drake to have the crown, you know what I'm saying? You can see it. It's personal with him now. And I don't think it's going to stop people from buying Drake, that for sure.
No,
I ain't going to do that.
Like, Drake got the chicks locked in. I don't think anything.
And he understand Drake going against 5 different people at the same time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's just not,
but everybody just paying attention to Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah.
All the other shit is just, no one's really. It's really just Kendrick. Kendrick's going at him so hard that they're forgetting about all the other people. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think, this ain't the battling that I grew up with.
Nah, it's definitely a different type of situation. It ain't,
Nah, this is different.
You know what I'm saying?
This is different type of shit.
Yeah,
right?
different type of time.
I call this blog rap.
Yeah. They can play your shit in the club now. Niggas can dance to it, and they
be playing Kendrick's diss songs on the NBA TNT. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. The marketing promo got behind that.
Who do you think win, Drake? You thought Drake won?
Yeah, I feel like Drake gave him
why you say that?
You know what I'm saying?
Can you go song for song and say that?
No?
Can you go song for song with them and say that? Like this song for this song?
Well, because, when Kendrick bid on the, just bid on the whole situation as far as this guy putting out false information and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But then I learned that, the information that Kendrick bid on was already out before. So, is all that
people, people get too deep. I swear to God.
You know what I'm saying?
Back in the day, niggas would just listen to it. They liked it. Now motherfuckers gotta dissect I'm seeing motherfuckers like Kendrick Lamar said something what somebody tweeted. What people gotta realize is hip hop is all about influences. So of course, if somebody's tweeting something and it's fly, he's gonna put it in his shit. That's just what it is. Like it's social media. Why not? Like everybody wants.
They both got caught doing the same thing.
It's hip hop. It's never gonna stop like that. Like you get influences from I've gotten influence from what people said in the Shade Room comment section. Some of the shit some of the slang or the shit that they actually said, like, it's called influence. So what? You know what I'm saying? I just don't like the fact that they're exposing each other so much that it's becoming like, all right, like.
That's why J. Cole fell back. I ain't getting into all this exposing.
Yeah, because
that's why he's like, you know what?
After a while, that's not fly to me. To me, my opinion, it's not fly. Like, how much exposure you gonna do? We gonna go back to his high school now? We gonna find some exposing?
You did some exposing. You know, Jay-Z did some exposing when he came back with Super Ugly. You know what I'm saying? There's lots going on. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, listen to Ether, right? Ether had nothing to do with exposing that. He just was like just ripping that nigga apart. And these niggas ain't doing that. I do not get that. There's just, they want to expose. With Kendrick, he's really trying to play the race card. And even Ross with the white. I'm like, oh shit, like, damn, when I did it, it was a problem. Like when they doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like they call him white boy, like white boy. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas knew Drake was white when they did songs with him. Don't bring it up now.
Yeah.
Don't bring it up.
But
he has a
black father, so he has a black father. So I consider him black. He has a black father to see them. If you want the lineage, if your father's black, we carry the seed as men.
Yeah,
you're black. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have a problem with color and all that. Yeah. I don't have a problem with Drake. You know what I'm saying? But if it's battling, I'm gonna pick Kendrick on this. Only because he just keeps dropping one after another. And they all like, they're not the greatest battling songs, but they dope enough to get your attention to be like, damn, this nigga's super nice with it.
Basically either or. I can't knock nobody who says Kendrick. You know, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But
you like Drake better than Kendrick's music?
Yeah, I listen to Drake more than I listen to Kendrick.
Well, that's what's staring you. Because
I'm not gonna lie.
Because
you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie.
Better music than Kendrick. His catalog is doper than Kendrick. See, this would say Kendrick's winning the battle, but Drake has a doper catalog.
Babe.
How about that?
So you having so much experience in the music industry, you being who you are you looking to have any others sign underneath you or start?
No. Oh, no, man. Peace of mind, man. What I found out after doing Love and Hip Hop and shit, peace of mind is everything in my life right now. I help out where I help out. I'm helping out. I always do tracks and I help out artists. Like I told you, like, I've been fucking with Sko doing tracks for a long time. Me and Onyx been doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got no problem with jumping in the studio and anything that I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So I've been doing that forever. That'll never stop. But to take on management of an artist, hell no. I can't do it, because to do management, to be the greatest manager you can be, that has to be a priority. The artist has to be a priority. I don't have the time for that. And I don't got the patience either. Nigga get on my nerves. Yeah, man, we'll be on tour or something, man. He'll say some stupid shit, man. I done went home on his ass. I left his ass. San Antonio, what the fuck home?
How was that first meeting for Love and Hip Hop, getting on the season when you first started? Like, how did that even come about? How did you even get cast?
It was Stevie. Stevie got casted with Mimi. I didn't even, before Love and Hip Hop, I've talked to so many celebrities and girls that nobody never knew. I was a private guy, but you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot. Like, Love and Hip Hop was nothing, like, compared to what was before Love and Hip Hop. That was the real love. If niggas knew me when I had the source and all that money, and the type of shit that I was doing, for Love and Hip Hop, you want that? All right, yeah. But Love and Hip Hop was a good experience because it was TV. First time I really got to be on TV, and I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know what that shit was. Love and Hip Hop, I just seen Jim and Chrissy doing. I didn't know what it was. Then Stevie's a wild boy, and I would drive Stevie to the set. And I'd be waiting for him and shit. And then he'd come out, he left his mic on. And the thing was, Stevie was really, like, Jocelyn and Mimi didn't know about each other. So he was really doing that shit on camera. It was happening in real time. He had a side chick and his real chick. And it just was happening. He didn't know how to do it. He still was in love with Mimi. He fell in love with Jocelyn. I'm trying to get a nigga advice, like, nigga. So they heard me talking to him in real life and said, would you say that to him? And that was the first scene when I was in the car, and I was like, yo, you ever heard of Monogamous? Mm-hmm. And then from there, me and Carly West started fucking around off camera. off camera. Like I wasn't trying to go on camera. I was smashing off camera, and then it was like we got a call. Like Mona was like, "Yo, she wants you to come on." I was like, "Nah, I can't do that," because I was still fucking with other chicks. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't gonna set myself up for that because I wasn't with that. Like Sleeves, people don't. Stevie got something in him that he's like, because Stevie in his mind always like was like he was a pimp. Like Stevie's an amazing producer, but in his mind, he from Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo up and right. It's like that Rick James pimp mentality. You know, that's where he from. So Stevie always was like, when I look at Sleeves, he was always like that. Like I could never be a pimp. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to the pimps, like Chill, Will, Comfort, Boston, but I could never be a pimp. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. So that's how Sleeves was like. Sleeves always wanted, to me, it looked like he always wanted to be a pimp, but he turned out to be a producer. You know, he was a dope-ass producer. So that was happening in real time. And you know what I'm saying? And I was like, then I came up with a plan. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go on here and I'm gonna do what Scrappy and Stevie ain't doing. I'm gonna like really fuck with Carly. I cut off all my Atlanta chicks. I blocked them for no reason at all. I was fucking with like 2 or 3 chicks. I just got to Atlanta. Atlanta was like, man, it's just too many women. So I was like, I was going from Miami. And I was like, damn, this is all right. And I cut them all off. I said, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna do what they ain't doing, just fuck with one chick. Because Mona's whole thing is to just railroad you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking with her. And then all of a sudden, here comes my old chick, like, oh shit, I was just with her last night. And then now you fucked on TV. Like, they both gonna be bashing you. You know, they screaming, yelling at each other. Stevie brought the triangle offense to Love and Hip Hop, where he had 2 chicks find out who they was and everybody did it. When I went on there, I said, well, I'm gonna go on there and I'm just gonna, cause at that age, I said, you know what, I need to settle down. So I tried to settle down with Carly. In real life, she moved in with me and everything was cool. And then I was like, damn, I started like drinking the Kool-Aid and shit. Like, damn, me and Carly can have our own reality show and maybe I should marry. I've never been married. What the fuck? I could get married. What's married? It's just the same thing. All right, Mona, I'm married. I'll propose to her. So I got the jeweler nigga. I was like, yo, nigga, if I bring you on scene, you gonna give me a ring? He was like, hell yeah, all right, come on, let's go. Got Dave the jeweler, got a nice little engagement ring. But in real life, Carly was coming in the house like at 6, 7 in the morning. I was like, listen, mama.
So Carly would be in the hole.
Like off camera, I'm like, look, mama. I was like, I said, I'm hearing things, you know what I'm saying? I said, look, I'm trying to do this the right way. But if you come in here late again, you're gone. You got to go, right? Came in late again. She had a whole bunch of like, those bags that you shopping bags of clothes and shit. I put all them shit on the front. You got to go. You get up out of here, right? So the next day, Mona was like, yo, you can't do that. I thought you was going to propose because I was supposed to propose to her. She was like, come on. She don't do it again. I'm like, I was like, I never like to talk to Mona about
TV.
because then she'd be like, convince me. You know what I'm saying? I'd be trying to get her, like, she'd do this Jedi mind shit on your ass and you'd be like, okay. So when I went down there to do it, I took my father and Stevie and I had the suit on and I was like, fuck, I'm going to propose to her on TV. I said, fuck it. And then right then and there, I was like, I asked her a few questions and I wasn't getting the answers I wanted. Then I was just like, she went to reach for it. She was like, oh, I was like, I ain't doing it. I was like, fuck no. You know what I'm saying? So look, right? I ran up out of there. I was breathing all hard and shit with schnapps. And then I hurried up and went home, took my suit off. I had a chick at the crib already waiting for me, right? So we in the studio downstairs. Chicks in the bed. Carly pops up. Stevie leaves the fucking door open.
And then proposed when you explained. You called her on the way?
I was mad. I was upset because look, I was mad because I knew Carly was fucking with other niggas, right?
Yeah.
Once, like, I didn't know if I was gonna propose. If I did propose, I was gonna have Schnapps get the girl out the house, my father.
Perfect.
He said, cause she didn't know about the Carly thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I was gonna have my father just get her out the house, tell her I'll talk to her later if I proposed to her, right? because then if I proposed to her, all bets were off with her, and we probably could have got a spin-off.
Okay.
But I just didn't feel right. So Cardi came busting in the crib. She tried to fight the girl. The girl's like naked. She comes downstairs and she's crying. I'm like, look, you gotta go. I'm like, you gotta get the fuck. I said, Stevie, get out of, she gotta get out the house. You can't be here. She's like, that's my ring. I'm like, you're not getting that ring. I'm like, fuck that. She was like, no, we ain't gotta be married, but I want the ring. I'm like, no, that's my ring. We ain't getting that. I'm giving dude the ring back. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you ain't getting that ring. And then I remember she was outside, and then that's when we did the reunion. And she was like, trying to be like, oh, he had another girl at the crib, but nobody gave a fuck at that point. You know what I'm saying?
He was coming in 7 in the morning, playing around, thinking shit is the game.
Like I wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm thinking like, shit, I can get a big bag. The Benzino and Carly show. I'm like, fuck it, I'll marry her. Shit wasn't going good, I'll fucking divorce her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about married. I knew that. I got my.
You was gonna
shit.
get that prenup though.
Yeah, I was a signed that because I didn't even know about a prenup, and niggas was telling me. When niggas told me what a prenup is, I was like, oh, we definitely. She said she was gonna sign a prenup. Because we talked about it when we was living there. She was like, baby, I signed a prenup. I was like, then fuck it, let's do it then. I didn't know what it was. Like, I didn't know what marriage is. You know what I'm saying? I'm with my girl now, and I hope to be married. I want to be married. I'm 58, so I want to be married. You been married? You been married?
Nah,
Yo, niggas in there, anybody in there been married? See, niggas don't be married in Boston.
Nah, so my guy 7. My guy 7. My guy 7 over here, you know what I'm saying?
Boom, you been married?
20.
Shout out to you, my G.
Shout out to you. Nah, man, I envy anybody who's been married a long time. That really takes that. You really have to really love a person that's a union, because you know they went through a lot. It's not easy, man.
No, and especially in this time and age with the social media and all that stuff and the internet, it's just it's really hard.
I remember my first girlfriend, Lisa Johnson, and I was the type of guy that Lisa Johnson, that I was in Brookline. I used to have I used to walk up the stairs with this big ass air conditioner, and every time we fought, I used to take my air conditioner and go home. That shit was heavy as hell. I'm that type of nigga, so I know if I got married, I'd be like, man, I'm divorcing. I know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it would last. I didn't know how much fucking marriages cost. So I was like,
a lot.
fuck.
You talking about inviting everybody? It's definitely gonna be.
No, I gotta get some sponsors.
It's definitely gonna be. You'll get.
That's why my thing was, the TV was gonna pay for my wedding. See, that's how you gotta finagle it. Them motherfuckers pay
Hustling at all times.
Yeah, all these niggas who get married on TV is because the TV pays for it.
Yeah.
They ain't slick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. What's the
Now, on Drink Champs, you said that Shook Ones is when New York started sounding like New York again. And before that, there was no, it was crazy. Well, I disagree with that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. This is what I said. I said Shook Ones, it brought that type of gangster vibe. But prior to that, New York really wasn't on that type of vibe with and not just with the lyrics, but with the production. That was the first, like, Havoc's production really was its own production.
Nah, definitely was. Definitely was.
Would take songs and slow them down so much, and then his BPMs would be high and his drums would be dark as fuck. So when I miss Prodigy so much because Prodigy, nobody rocked like, not even Nas. Like when Prodigy came out with Shook Ones, nothing Nas did was more harder than that at that time. That time. Illmatic and them had a different flow. They were hard.
Illmatic.
But I'm talking about gangster. Name a song in.
Onyx was going crazy too. Onyx was going crazy.
Onyx
and Wu-Tang.
Onyx and Wu-Tang.
Yeah, they was one.
Hold on. But Shook Ones was before Wu-Tang.
That was after.
That was before.
Shook Ones?
Yeah.
No. When 36 Chambers came out, 36 Chambers, Wu-Tang I'm talking about. 36 Chambers came out in 93.
And Shook Ones came out when?
That was 94. 95?
Okay, so let's say about the same time, right? To me, again, the Wu-Tang was a lot of karate in it, a lot of shit.
Well, you mean I'm not saying that to the wrong with that.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Their gangster was like, it had more of a karate feel. No. Then we can't go viral because, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want to know a dope story about Wu-Tang now? We on it? So we did a show in Providence, Rhode Island with Wu-Tang. Look at, they was deep as fuck and they only had a couple of hotel rooms, and Method Man brings this up every time. We was driving back home. We had 2 hotel rooms. I gave them to them niggas. We didn't know them niggas. I said, yo, bro. But When we passed their hotel room, they was all in there watching fucking China. I think somebody bought a VH thing tape to set it up to because this was back in the day. It was like a motel. And they was like deep in the room watching Chinese movies. I was like, oh shit, these niggas is for real with this shit. Like, but those are my niggas, like Ray and them. Ray, my father, my sons, Ghost.
Yeah.
Those is my niggas. So I'm just saying, they had a different vibe on the street music. I'm just saying, Prodigy, when Shook Ones came, when that particular came, when the first, that's the stove cooking the fuck.
Nah, that was
like,
hard.
Nobody did that in New York, really in the country. And to me, that track set off New York street gangster because I never heard.
Nah, I done set it off too though, man. Back the fuck up.
Was boom, 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 boom. Like the music.
Are you talking about the production? The production was
okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Habit's production was dark,
You talking about the sound?
grimy.
Okay.
I thought the song. There was no song prior to that. I want somebody who here say it too. What song in New York prior to Shook Ones came out that was as hard and gritty as Shook Ones? Give me one. Somebody. One song. No, I didn't.
So Cream,
Cream, that's good. That's a good.
I said Cream.
That's a good one.
Cream, yeah, that's
a good
Wu-Tang.
That's a good one.
That was my next.
I'm not going to argue that at all. That's a good one. That's a good one. So you know what? Then I'm going to say, and it's crazy because like Wu-Tang really fuck with Nas, and you know what I'm saying? It's a Queens thing. No. Wu-Tang. No. When they came out that shit, when they came out with that shit, look, I remember driving in the Source. We had these dualies, the Source vans, right? And for some reason, I'm in it with Ghostface Killer. I just met him. And I said, yo, I want y'all to hear something. Shout out to Usman. Usman had the Source dualies. And I put in Scarface's The Diary. We in New York. Ghostface never heard that shit. He was like, what? He was like, he really wasn't into it. And I was like, this shit is hard as fuck. I'm playing the Scarface Diary and shit. That nigga put, can it be also simple?
Another one.
Can it be also, that was the first time I heard it. That shit was, I was like, oh man, it's the first time I heard that. Like, even that production. So you know what? I'm gonna give you that. But still, Shook Ones to me.
Steve Rifkin had all the under the same umbrella though. He had Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang. Shout out to Steve Rifkin. Shout out to Loud Records.
Loud Records. Legendary label.
Steve Rifkin.
Yeah. Legendary label.
Yeah, that was yeah, man.
Legendary.
That was legendary. They had MLP too, like that MLP.
No, you shouldn't, you know. Now you know his shit now.
No, don't be hating. Don't be hating.
These are not big enough.
Now that he said that,
he always paying.
So Annie Up was what year was Annie Up?
Oh, that was afterwards. That was like 97?
97, 98.
Now I know there's gonna be a lot of New York niggas old school that's gonna be able to hold up Zeno. But I'm not saying it was the only one. I just think that when that came out, niggas wasn't like.
But Shook Ones did have a big impact.
First of all, there was no grimy project niggas doing like on a video. Nobody was like grimy there was grimy project niggas everywhere, but nobody did that on the video. They was like the first grimy project niggas. No, yes, well, they was the first, everybody lived in projects all over the country. They were the first ones that was like grimy, like you could see that, I don't know, it was just something that to me set something off in New York when them niggas did that. I be trying to explain
the Hennessy shirts, the Hennessy, all type of,
and it was little niggas.
Yeah.
It was little bastards, like, no, I'm saying.
And that production was imaginary. Shout out to Havoc, man.
That was crazy. They had no smiles on their faces. Like, it just was, like that whole shit was like, we're the realest shit ever, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I miss P, man. I miss Prodigy. I mean, he was one of the greatest to ever do it. No question.
Nah, man, but
I was majorly influenced by Prodigy and Mobb Deep.
Definitely, I was too. Queensbridge is definitely heavy where I was from. You know what I'm saying?
We did. I was so did that song, "The War's On" with them niggas, and we went to Queensbridge and did it. That was my father came and did it. That was the first time they was in. I got a helicopter. They went up in a helicopter. Like we been.
Yo, bro, you got a lot of shit. The shit with the lock.
Tommy's things.
Come on, man.
Tommy's things, man. Listen, that beat. Hey, that beat.
Come on, man.
Come on, shout out to 2 times. Peace to JB. Hangman
2 times.
Yeah,
my guy,
right.
Jess.
Yeah.
Y'all went crazy on that, man.
Yeah, no, that was, they came down here and did that here. And we smoked so much hash that day. I mean, we smoked so much fucking hash that day. with them niggas, man. Like, yeah, like that was epic. They came right down there. We had the studio in Canton, and we killed that motherfucker, yo, for real. And it was crazy because we didn't know what it was gonna be on, and then they made the Belly soundtrack, and they're the ones that named it. Yo, name it Tommy's theme. You know, and I didn't even know that DMX was Tommy. That was the main character, right? So, it was Nas Tommy.
DX was Tommy, right?
X, hi, X. Yeah, so, yeah, man, we had some bangers, you know, RSO, and we had some classics, man. I'm proud of our catalog. And you can go to the streaming right. You guys shit with, what are you talking about? Did a song with Killer and Freddie Fox. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bumpy Knuckles, legend. You know what I'm saying? A legend of the boom bap in New York. And a lot of niggas don't know that Bumpy was pimping too, and Bumpy was up here pumping in Boston. Bumpy was on the block trapping in Boston for a minute too. Freddie Fox was up here for a minute. So yeah, man, like, you know, we got signed to Flavor Unit. That's how I met Bumpy, and that's how I met Pop. And I was in the studio with Pop, did the song. We did a skit, a drive-by skit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
then after you and Bumpy, because you and Bumpy had like a little altercation.
Me and Bumpy had, how we
Yeah.
met was, we was off Flavor Unit, we was on tour. Freddie Fox was this big ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? One of them looked like a jail nigga who just got out of it,
Yeah.
big as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even lifting back then. So I was a small nigga. So we was I think it was in DC. And we had a couple of vans, and we signed to Flavor Unit Records, Latifah signed us. We was the only Boston group, everybody else was New York, and I think Fox was the only one. Everybody was from Jersey. Fox was the only one from New York. But Fox was kind of like the bully of the tour, like, you know what I'm saying? And he said some shit, and I just remember getting up. I think I had like a little vulgar.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, but
When
after that, me and Fox got super cool.
Yep.
And
They respected what was going on.
He said it, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I wasn't gonna be able to fight Freddie Fox. Freddie Fox was a monster back. But, you know, I'm not gonna let nobody be beating on me or my guys either.
Yeah.
So I carried a gun everywhere I went, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, but that got us close as fuck. He did the song. He said, I want you to do a song, me and Pac. I said, for real? And I'm like, yo, I got better MCs. I was trying to get Tony Roman E to do it. Because I'm like, yo, my niggas is doper than me. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, nah, I want you, my nigga. In other words, like, you stood up to me type shit. Like, and then Fox came and did the video with me. Like, that's my brother, man. Like, and I'm not saying I was going to shoot Fox, but it's just that, you know, we had to, you know what I'm saying? I pulled it out just to make sure,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Things didn't get crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Yeah. A lot of stories.
A lot of stories. And we can go on forever, man. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of stories.
So I did an interview with Jeff recently, and he was talking about how you guys was in the elevator with Michael Jackson.
No, Michael's was for Mike shut down. Michael Jackson shut down actually shut down Dave and Buster's for Just Us.
Yes.
And yeah, we was with Mike for 2 weeks. I also did, that was at Teddy Riley's when we was recording with Teddy in Virginia. But me and Mike, prior to that, had a song when Eminem dissed him about the video with his hair on fire when he did the spoof. Mike called me and spoke to me for an hour on the phone when I was at the hotel by myself at the Turnberry, and he thanked me, you know, for sticking up for him. And I spoke with Mike like 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. Like, and then I remember Mike had my 3 chain for like 2 weeks. I did that through Jacob because he wanted to wear it because he thought it was a glove. Jacob was trying to sell him jewelry. Jacob didn't even make the 3 chain. Chris Air did, and he took the credit. He was like, because Jacob made the chain, the 3-piece that Mike looked like his glove. Chris made that. So, you know what I'm saying? Me and Mike, man, I could rest in peace, Mike. And I cried when Mike died. I really did. You know what I'm saying?
I got one more question and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was going to market a funky bunch. I know there was some
Boston.
there was some Boston, and I heard there was some turmoil. I didn't even know that, and I'm done. I used to have another question after that, but motherfuckers gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm good.
So Marky the first thing was what we was mad about, and you know, we had won the Boston Music Award for Best Rap Group. So when Marky came out, he won it. We was mad as a motherfucker when that shit happened. So we took the Boston Globe came down, we smashed the award. We was pissed off. Marky got real big, you know what I'm saying? And he decided he was going on the Arsenio Hall show. So we're like, man, we already mad this motherfucker going on Arsenio Hall show. Like, fuck, here we are trying. He decided he was gonna wear the Boston Blue and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And we said, you can't do that. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can wear Red Sox, Celtic. There's a whole bunch of Boston stuff you could rock. You don't gotta do that because niggas was getting buried in blue and shit. We took that serious. That was dear to us. That was our pride. And that's maybe silly as it may seem now as a mature, because it was a color or a team or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's what it was back then. And he was gonna wear it. I got in touch with his brother and said, let him know if he wears that, he's gonna have a problem. And he said he still was wearing it. So we found out where he was gonna, he thought we was practicing that down at Fenway Park at John Messina's practice place. A lot of rock bands practice. And we went up in there and a bunch of his guys that were in his group with him was in the hallway. And we ended up getting them first. They would scream and get Marky out of there. And they kind of got Marky out like a trap door in like some type of, who's the nigga that does this in Austin Powers trap door? They got this nigga out. Like, it was like in the floor. And they got Marky out of there. They ran him up out of there. But we caught a couple of them, you know what I'm saying? We had put a little bit of work in. You know what I'm saying? He ended up going on there minus a couple of guys, and he wore some Chicago White Sox shit on Arsenio.
Yeah.
After that, the good thing out of that was I got to meet his manager, Dick Scott. Dick Scott was the guy that put Marky on the Calvin Klein thing. Dick Scott was this older black guy, had a lot of respect for him. He said, look, man, he gave us our own tour bus for 6 weeks. A bunch of money, leave him alone. And then I got close with Rick, on Dick. You know what I'm saying? We went to his house to pick up the tour bus. He let all of us stay at his house. He had this huge mansion. And he was just talking to me about, listen, all things don't have to be solved with violence. And you know what I'm saying? He was somebody I respected. He passed away, was a great dude. He's responsible for Mark Wahlberg. Don't ever get it fucking twisted. I don't know. I'm sure Mark had to love him because without Dick can be no Mark. So I got to meet Mark. I got to meet Dick, and I had a real relationship. We stayed in touch with each other. He passed from heart surgery, but yeah, that was the Mark situation. But
Right.
listen, regardless, Mark went on to do amazing things. He's an amazing superstar actor. He's from Dorchester. I got nothing but respect, you know what I'm saying, for somebody that's successful from here. We was young. We was foolish, you know what I'm saying? I'm not proud of that moment it happened, but that's not something that I'm proud of. But you know what I'm saying? I'm more proud that, he reps Boston. I was living in Atlanta across from Wahlburgers. I would go over there all the time, get burgers or whatever. He got like a little cutout thing. I would take pictures by it. So you know what I mean? It's like
They got a Wahlburgers in Springfield.
You get older, you mature. You live and you learn, you have kids, and you look at life different. You know what I'm saying? You don't have this big fucking pride thing. Like your pride shrinks, man. You don't have too much gray. I don't have too much gray area. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got too much time to be bullshitting. Time is our most important, is the most valuable thing we got. It's more valuable than money. So, you get to, I feel good because I survived in the streets in Boston. Like, it wasn't easy. And a lot of my niggas are dead. And a lot of my niggas who I'm here with now have been through a lot. So, like, we're survivors. We're survivors. That place was meant for us to die. That city was meant for us not to make it. It was designed for us to get killed, go to jail, or not make it. And to get this far and to still be here, healthy and relevant, it's a blessing from God.
It's a blessing. You definitely forced to win. Come out to Boston and how far you went, you definitely forced to win. Commend you on that, man.
I still got a lot more in me.
Yeah, definitely. We won though. You win. You're
I want
winning.
to shout out to Boom and everybody for letting us use his facility too.
Shout out to DJ Boom.
For Boom.
Shout out to my guy DJ Drew.
BBN.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody.
Definitely.
So my last question is, you saying all that, right?
I'm not doing no naked scenes with you in a Tubi.
You don't want to. With everything that you go through on a daily basis, and I know you said you shut down social media, mental health. What does mental health mean to you, and what do you do on a daily basis to keep yourself?
Smoke.
Smoke, that's it?
Smoke a lot of weed, a lot of good weed. And mid is just gonna make your mental health worse. I want people to know, if you got mental health, don't smoke mid. Smoke the best weed you can get. Smoke the best weed you can get. No, it's true, because a lot of, and I don't want to make fun of this, because anxieties, we all have it. It's just that we grow up in it. It becomes natural to us to go through these things, man. We all have traumas, man, and how we deal with them. You know what I'm saying? You know, people get hard drugs. You know what I'm saying? Prescribed drugs. I just think weed has always been something to calm me down and put me in more of a cool mode. It's whereas I don't always have to be emotional about shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, and faith in God, man. I got faith. I got heavy faith in God. Like, if people think that God don't exist, you're fooling yourself. You can call him whatever you want, but it's a higher power and it's universal energy. Whatever you put out, you're gonna get it back. You don't know when it's coming. So the more good you put out, the more good you're gonna get back. The more bad you put out, the more bad you're gonna get back.
Say that.
Karma is rare.
Definitely, man.
Appreciate you. Appreciate your time. This was a long time coming, this interview. So I appreciate you for sitting with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
I did 3 podcasts in a row today. So, you know, because you know Boston, I had to come do it from Boston.
Yeah, that's what I said. I commend you.
Then I came and did Bone for Fall River, and I came to do yards out in Providence. So, you know what I'm saying?
No, Springfield.
Springfield, my bad. So Springfield. So let's talk about before you go. Springfield, we brought
you brought the bus.
Shout out
to my man DJ Scope. He had Scope Spot on the motherfucking State Street.
Yeah.
You brought the bus, the Hangman 3 when y'all rolling at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You did the video, was a video shoot or some type of shit.
Hangman 3, you can go see the video
Hangman 3,
now. See Hangman 3, you see the tour bus.
Right to the 413.
It says, welcome to Springfield.
Then I brought you back. To Springfield, right? For a show at Glow. To Glow Ultra Lounge. Shout out to my guy, King of Clubs, Kenny.
Shout out to Springfield.
You know what I'm saying? He came through.
Springfield.
Yeah, you came through.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He did his thing over there. He was walking back to his car. Motherfucking the spring was trying to heckle my guy. You're my guy, Benzino. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy though is that the Wise Guys, Springfield was showing the Wise Guys heavy love. Like I had a group called the Wise Guys.
Yep.
They was showing Wise Guys love, like for real. So shout out to Springfield, yo.
Yeah.
He said he want to go back to Springfield. So Kenneth.
Yeah, shout out to King of Clubs. Me and him will get together and bring Zeno back.
Yeah.
We'll bring Zeno back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We got Ray in the house.
You know what I'm saying? Fox Entertainment. We're going to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going to bring it to the dispensary.
We need more shows. We need more showcases. We need more shows and showcases for Boston.
My homegirl Foxy, she's an expert at that. So she's going to definitely, we'll put that together for you.
Make it
we're going to
happen,
get that. Yes, sir.
Make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Much love, y'all.
Again,
we here.
Force
to Win motherfucking podcast. Shout out to my guy Lavish Lou behind that camera. We in the motherfucking building, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to guy DJ Drew once again. Shout out to Boom.
She got some dope threes on too. I can't even lie.
Oh,